You know what I find to be extremely funny, brothers? I find it funny when I get online and I hear people saying, speaking about themselves being the chosen ones from a place of beating their chest, right? Or from a place of saying, I'm greater than thou. Or from a place of saying, get thee behind me, like I'm better than everyone else. That's a telltale sign to let you know that a person isn't what they say they are. Because if you consider yourself one of the chosen ones, you consider yourself to be a servant of the people. You know what I'm saying? To be put in this class of the chosen ones, it's not about saying you're better than someone else. It's specifically saying that I'm a person that's mission oriented. It's saying that I'm a person that I know why I'm here, and that's my ultimate goal. But I'm going to tell you this, man, being in that category has its challenges, man, because I can remember when I first tapped into this awareness of how I was supposed to be moving. I was in my 20s, but I was 24, 25, and I can remember just over the span of a week, my life changed. I remember it was the very week I separated myself from organized religion and all that stuff. And brother, I was just in a mental coma for a week, brother. I didn't cut my hair. I didn't shave. I don't even know if I brushed my teeth. I might have took 1 or 2 showers. All I wanted to do was consume knowledge. And I was married. So I can imagine what my wife was thinking, man. I'm sitting there spitting all this stuff that I'm learning and I'm looking like Wolfman Jack. And what I've learned, brother, is that over time, I would say, if anything, one of the challenges of being in this chosen few type people is self-love. Because mission is so much priority, man, that people that move like that tend to neglect self-love. And I'm not gonna lie, brother, I was in my early 40s when I first started saying, you know what, let me pour back into myself. Like let me shed a few pounds, man. Let me start eating better. Let me start taking care of myself, brothers. And that brings me to today's sponsor, Tiege Hanley. Now, y'all brothers know when I talk about Tiege Hanley, there's no cap. When I talk about Tiege Hanley, there's absolutely no cap. You can go back and look at my videos from 2017, 2020, hell, early 2021. And it looks like somebody took a mini pitchfork to my face. My pores were all jacked up. My skin stayed ashy 24/7. You know what I'm saying? And then I found Tiege Hanley, man, and started, pouring that love back into myself. I went to my barber a few weeks ago, and I was getting a facial. I was getting the whole shebang. And she looked at my face. And she was just like, what have you been doing over the last 6 months? And I was telling her about the products, brother. Again, there is no cap. When it comes to Tiege Hanley, brother, I'm a lifer. And that's why I'm excited to have Tiege Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. They have helped me start and maintain my skincare routine by making the entire process uncomplicated. Honestly, it's the best skincare system for guys like us. I recommend you start with their level 1 system, which comes with all the basics. A daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. A 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun. And a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. My favorite part about Tiege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you how to use each product, how much to use, and in what order to use it. They really make the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin easy. I've been using their products for a little while now, and I'll be honest, brothers, I'm hooked. It might sound a little weird, but I look forward to my morning routines. I look forward to my evening routines because every time I just feel that much more amazing after using their products. In addition to the amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including 1, at least 20% off the retail price, 2, the ability to customize your box, 3, the ability to pause or cancel at any time, and 4, free shipping if you're in the US, even low-cost shipping to most other countries. I'm telling you, brothers, I am a believer now. This is one product that I will not go without. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click the first link in the description box and you'll get 30% off of your first box, plus a free gift. Don't miss out on this amazing deal. Click that link and get started today. So yes, brothers, make self-love and self-care a priority. A priority. The 3 distinct traits of the chosen few, brothers. The 3 distinct traits of the chosen few. And I want to talk about this because, one, it may help you identify if you're one of those few people that are mission oriented, right? And 2, if you have someone in your circle, if you have someone in your family that you just don't understand, this may give you a little bit of insight of the mental workings, of the mental, mechanics of what's taking place in their minds, right? So the first distinct trait of the chosen few, man, is, there's always going to be a separation from the mindset of their upbringing. There's always going to be a separation from the mindset, the traditions, the ways, the frequency of their youth, man. I'm going to tell you this, brother. I can remember at an early age, and I want to say around 6, 7, 8 years old, I was fully aware that the system I was submerged in, it being the school system, it being religion, I was 100% sure that this system I was submerged in wasn't going to be part of my truth. I understood that the school system was part of something I had to do, but I understood that it really had nothing to do with my mission. I'm talking about all the way from elementary through middle, high school, college. I knew this was part of, functioning in this matrix, but I knew that it wasn't part of, that it had nothing to do with what my mission was, right? And at the time, I didn't know what my mission was, but I knew that wasn't a part of it. Religion. My father was a preacher. I've said that a million times. Even sitting in the back of the church at a young age, horse playing with my partners, hearing my father, speak the word from the pulpit. I was sure that his truth wasn't going to be my truth. And at the time, I didn't know what my truth was, but I knew that wasn't it. I didn't have the mental capacity to take the word and decipher it and make sense of it. But I said at some point in time, before I leave this planet, I'm going to get a revelation. I'm going to get a download. I'm going to get something to show me how I should be moving, man. So just what you'll notice about those that consider themselves the chosen ones, right? If we use that word, is the majority of them will have a separation from their youth. Even going back to the book, The Alchemist, by Paulo Coelho. Look at young Santiago, man. Young Santiago saw his pops moving a certain way. He saw his mom's moving a certain way. And he was like, man, I love my family. Like, my family is my heart. But that's not my truth. Like, the way they're moving is not my truth. Like, I love them. I'm going to always be there for them. That's part of who I am. But I have a mission to tend to, right? And I'm so grateful, man. I'm so grateful that I had, my grandmother in my life. I talk about my grandmother a lot. I haven't talked about her, in quite a while. If you've seen The Path, you've seen The Beautiful Faces of Evil, I go in heavy on my grandmother, man. My grandmother was my oracle. I wasn't able to see her amongst her family growing up, or her sisters and brothers, or parents, or uncles, but I'm sure that she was one of the chosen ones also. Because her interaction with me, man, from a very young age was as if, yes, you're my grandchild, but my job is to put some knowledge in you. Like, yeah, you coming over here, you're a teenager, you're 13, 14, 15, and I'm cooking you breakfast, but we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about this word. Like, there are some things that you have to know before I leave this planet. There are some things that I have to relay to you, man. And I'm so glad that I had that oracle in my life. And I would assume that anybody that moves in this energy has an oracle in their life, whether it's a stranger, whether it's an aunt, uncle, grandparent, parent, has that oracle in their life, man. But the main thing about separating from the mindset, the frequency of your upbringing, brothers, is it's all about, I think the chosen few have a desire to blaze their own path. A lot of men follow, the careers of their fathers. Like when I was in the oil field, man, a lot of brothers that I work with, their fathers were in the oil field. When I was in the military, in the army, a lot of those brothers I served with, their fathers and grandfathers were in the military, right? So I think it's in man's innate nature to follow the footsteps of his father, of his grandfather, of his lineage, right? But the chosen few, man, at some point will separate and say, you know what? Okay, that's a beautiful thing, and I'm grateful that my people have moved in a certain way, but I have to blaze my own path. This is one of the primary characteristics, man. Going against the grain of all things learned, man. And not really to resist it, to challenge it. To challenge it, if nothing else, man. So it's all about separating yourself from that initial, level of knowledge. You could have grew up Christian, Buddhist, Catholic, at some point the chosen few will separate themselves from that. And if they end up going back to it, then that is what it is. But it has to be on their own accord, brothers. So you'll notice that they will separate themselves from everything, right? The second one is the chosen ones will always seek to find self. Now, when people talk about finding self, man, you can go all over the place. You can talk about self-love and doing X, Y, Z and finding meditation and all these other things, which, could be considered part of it. But when you talk about finding self, this is the truest form of finding self, brothers. The truest form of finding self is the initial marriage. That's the truest form of finding self. I don't care what anybody else says. The truest form of finding self is when you marry your lower self and your higher self. Because think about this, man. Modern religion teaches everything. Modern religion teaches that higher self is outside of you. And they might give it a number of names like Jesus or other prophets. But that higher self that you're seeking in people that lived thousands of years ago, it's within you. That's the initial marriage. Marrying that lower self and higher self. That's where the Trinity is formed. Like when the Bible says when two come together, I am there also. That's what it's originally talking about. That's the original marriage. So that's what finding self is, man. Finding self is the original marriage, right? But once you find self, it's greater than that, man. Once you find self, like that's the beginning. Once you find self, at that point, it's simply about receiving your orders. And when I say receiving your orders, it's like all the stuff that you've been, knowing that really wasn't a part of you growing up. You've been challenging a few things, you've been questioning a few things, and you've been learning new knowledge along the way. Once you marry those two brothers, it's like you're pouring concrete around your truth. You're pouring concrete around what God is. You're pouring concrete around what heaven and hell is. You're pouring concrete around what you're capable of, around what you are. And once you do that, brothers, you form a mission statement. Every person that's considered chosen in their minds or from the public is living based on a mission statement. And everybody's looks different. Everybody's looks different. My personal mission statement, which I share with the brothers in the circle all the time, is my ultimate goal is to wake my brothers and sisters up. My ultimate goal is to unlock the mindset that's been subdued in the minds of people via religion, via media. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my ultimate goal. That's all I live for. That's all I live for. Yes, life is about having fun and obtaining things and getting big cribs and cars and all that stuff. Yes, and I play that game also and plan on playing bigger games in that area. But my ultimate goal is to help my brothers and sisters, man. It's to show my people the way. And again, it looks different for everybody. For some people, that's through fitness. For some people, it's through speaking about finances. For some people, it's about debunking certain religious traditions and thoughts. It looks different for everybody, man. But when a person has dedicated their life, everything about themselves to that mission, they're the chosen ones, man. when that mission is priority over everything, they're the chosen ones, brother. You know, and the last thing, man, the third thing is, you know, when it comes down to the chosen one, man, they're all about doing God's work. And I say the word God very loosely. I love saying the word all, but whatever word you want to put in that space, feel free. The source. It's all about the source's work. Again, that's priority, man. I'm going to tell you this. There's no greater feeling of fulfillment than doing that. And it took me a while to understand that. Like, I went through years buying all this stuff, putting that stuff priority. And once I changed my priority, man, it's like it makes sense. Like my fulfillment has to be in my mission. So that's one of the third characteristics of the chosen ones, man. But this is the thing. There is a catch to that. Like once you get to a certain point, like once you accept that mission, once you pour concrete around your truth, brother, there's no going back. That's the downfall. There's no going back. It's that lifestyle, it's that frequency, is that movement till death do you part, man. You know, you can see Jonah in the Bible when Jonah had a mission and Jonah went the other way. He was like, nah, I'm about that life. I'm trying to live on the boat. I'm trying to go other places. I'm trying to do all these other things. And the source said, no, brother, like, nah, we have a covenant. Like, it don't work like that. And as long as Jonah was running, man, it said that Jonah ended up in the belly of the whale, which the belly of the whale simply represents chaos in life. That's one of the things about being chosen, brother. If you're not on that mission, there's no peace. There's no peace. There will be a mental chaos the remainder of your days, man, because your fulfillment is in that. So I just wanted to share this, man, just to shed light on, people talking about the chosen ones, and what that really means, man. What it ultimately means is, a person has the ultimate love and willing to sacrifice for humanity. It's a person saying, you know what, I came to this world and the fact that I'm here is going to be better before I leave. It's saying that some people are going to be healthier, some people are going to be more wealthier, some people are going to be more spiritually inclined just because I existed. And that's my mission. Everything else is a secondary, man. So understand that, brothers. And ask yourself, are you one of the chosen ones? Brothers, don't forget to click the Tiege Hanley link in the description box and get 30% off of your first box plus a free gift. How copy?